Good evening, everyone, and welcome. It is now 7 o'clock, and I would like to call the Rockdale County Board of Education regular session to order. Please help me welcome Miss Tina Haynes Williams, principal of Pine Street Elementary School, and third grader scholar Lincoln Bailey as a deliverer of our inspirational message.
Chairman Duncan, Cabinet, board members, and guests. I am Mrs. Haynes Williams, the proud principal of Pine Street Elementary, and I am honored to share the inspiration with you this evening. Tonight, we are privileged to have Miss Lincoln Bailey, a third grade student in Miss Womack's class, and she will be providing the inspiration. She will be reciting the poem, Don't Quit by Edgar Albert Guest.
Hello, my name is Lincoln Bailey, and I'm in Miss Womack's third grade class at Pine Street Elementary School. Today I will be reciting the poem, Don't Quit by Edgar Albert Guest. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you are trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile, but you have to sigh, when care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Life is strange with its twists and turns, as every one of us sometimes learns. And many a fellow turns about, when he might have won, had he stuck it out. Don't give up though when the pace seems slow. You may succeed with another blow. Often the goal is near at hand, it seems to faint and faltering man. Often the struggler has given up when he might have captured the victor's cup. And he learned too late, when the night came down, how close he was to the golden crown. Success is failure turned inside out, with the silver tints of clouds of doubt. And you can never tell how close you are, you may be near when it seems afar. So stick to the fight when your heart is hit, when things seem worse, you must not quit. Thank you.
Thank you, Lincoln. So will you lead us into the Pledge of Allegiance?
Yes.
Everyone, would you please stand?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Lincoln. Do I hear a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
So moved, Justin.
All right. A motion has been made by Ms. Jones and second by Justin Kinney. Thank you. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Thank you. I would like to now extend a warm welcome to Dr. Eldridge Powell. Dr. Powell will present the accomplishments of the staff and students at the Rockdale Epic Center. Please come forward.
Chairwoman Brown, board members, Dr. Oates, guests, good evening. Dr. Eldridge Powell, the proud director of the Epic Center. For those of you who don't know, because we get this question asked a lot, where are we? We are the old J.H. House Elementary School building. So the acronym is, EPIC is actually an acronym which means empowerment through personalized instruction and collaboration. We're actually 3 programs in one location. So Alpha Academy, Open Campus, Rockdale Virtual Campus are the district's non-traditional instructional programs. We are proud of who we are, and we are going to speak briefly on each program that we have, and I'll just briefly introduce my team. So again, I'm the director. We have 3 programs, Alpha Academies. Assistant principal is Dr. Jordan Saunders, who is not here today. Mr. Tuan Tony, assistant principal for Open Campus, and Mrs. Melanie Hooley, who's assistant principal for RVC, or Virtual Campus. So what is Alpha? For those parents who don't know, because your kids are always following expectations, they're following the code of conduct, Alpha Academy provides full-time courses to students in grades 6 to 12 who, due to violations of the RCPS Student Discipline Code, are suspended or expelled from their home schools. The Alpha Success Plan is designed to pinpoint our students' areas of need, academic and behavioral, and provide systematic support, enrichment, and remediation. Students are able to engage with facilitators and participate in small group sessions for social and emotional development. Mr. Tony is going to speak briefly on Open Campus.
Good evening. At Open Campus, every student is a success story. Our advisement team schedules to meet individual needs, and our 45-day mini semesters help students to get caught up or focus on 4 classes instead of 8 classes on an A-B rotation. This mix of face-to-face classes and Edgenuity supports both remediation and acceleration. Students thrive in our supportive, personalized environment with smaller class sizes, fostering focused attention and a sense of community. Our dedicated teachers believe in our unique approach that values emotional health alongside academic growth. At Open Campus, we nurture the whole student, building confidence, self-awareness, and a love for learning. Open Campus offers full-time courses to students in grades 10 through 12 who are enrolled in Rockdale County Public Schools. It provides a flexible learning environment for students who may not thrive in the traditional high school setting. Students at Open Campus can join sports and clubs at their home schools and will graduate with their home school once they meet graduation requirements.
Good evening, Board, Chairwoman Brown, Dr. Oates, Cabinet, and guests. I'm Melanie Hooley, and I'm the Assistant Principal for Rockdale Virtual Campus. Rockdale Virtual Campus, I'll take my glasses off because I can't see, is redefining education for students in Rockdale County. From grades 6 through 12, at RVC, we offer a dynamic curriculum where students can virtually learn that empowers these students to take charge of their education. Our students work independently throughout the week. They engage with their teachers once each week for enriching lectures and discussions. The unique approach allows a flexible yet structured learning experience, ensuring that each student can thrive. We utilize Canvas as our learning management system, providing a seamless and interactive platform for all of our lessons. Our curriculum is aligned with Rockdale County Public Schools curriculum documents, and our dedicated staff use district-approved resources to deliver high-quality instruction. But RVC is more than just academics. Our students have the opportunity to participate in prom, homecoming, various clubs, and engage in sports, and even graduate from their home schools while taking all of their courses virtually. This blend of virtual learning and traditional school experience ensures that our students do not miss out on any aspect of their educational journey. Additionally, RVC students can take advantage of work-based learning, dual enrollment, and the Rockdale Career Academy, providing them with valuable real-world experience and college credits while still in high school.
Thank you, Mr. Tony and Ms. Hooley. Throughout the course of the summer, we met with our leadership team and we looked at who we are as EPIC and determined what we needed to do to kind of strengthen where we were and to celebrate our gains. One thing that we were proud of was our graduation rate for the last school year. For programs for Alpha Academy, we had 6 seniors in second semester and all 6 seniors graduated from Alpha Academy. For RVC, we had 28 seniors, all 28 seniors graduated. And for Open Campus, we had 81.4% graduation rate. We know there's more to be done as we continue to strive to increase those numbers as well, particularly for Open Campus students who are the ones who typically come in who are somewhat deficient in credits. to recover and still finish with their cohort peers. So throughout the course of this year, we are planning to improve instructional practices across our programs. Of course, none of us are the same as the regular high schools. We are different, we're alternative. RVC doesn't function the same way as a Heritage or a Rockdale or even for open campus. All are different, so we're trying to make sure we improve in all those particular programs. We're trying to make sure with students who are in the building and online are academically prepared to succeed. We recognize our students for their accomplishments. We continue to build teacher and staff engagement. Parent and community involvement as well is very important for all of our programs, particularly for our online students, because it's not every day the teacher is on there giving you direct instruction. So we need parent involvement in all our different programs. We're leveraging each program as well to promote student success across the entities. For example, for kids who are at Alpha, sometimes they succeed at Alpha than they would at their regular schools. Sometimes because of the small learning environment, it allows them to do better. So we suggest the parents on their exit meetings to have them transfer into open campus as opposed to going back to their home schools. And those who have done so have proven to be successful. We have used the virtual program as well to provide courses for open campus students because the courses are paced differently. So I've been able to kind of do some modifications using some of the tools that we have at the virtual school as well. So we continue to leverage each program to promote student success. We identified 4 key goals for this year. The first one is to decrease the failure rate in all content areas. As a result of that, we expect that our graduation rate will also increase. Implement a PBI's framework across the board. Identifying positive behaviors and celebrating those. One of the things that we have is an Eagle Buck system where kids are able to earn bucks in their different classes for being responsible, being safe, being outstanding, and they're able to trade those bucks in for different items in a pop-up shop at the end of each month. We're also improving our efforts to have students identify post-secondary experiences by having trips, having guest speakers to come in. And then our most important goal is, again, to push for that parental engagement. I'm going to skip through these slides in the essence of time, but again, this kind of speaks to how we're going to accomplish those goals that we have established.
At Epic, we do strive to include our parents, even our virtual parents, in the things that we do. We want to make sure that they know that we're open for them to come in and to participate. So some things that we have done, pastries for parents. We did that at the beginning of the year this year. We had a really great turnout for that. We also do a career week, and our virtual students can come into the building and participate in Career Week, or we also do Career Week virtually. And we had a really great turnout. And I believe, Chairwoman Brown, you came into our career day last year and listened and in on some of those. And the kids were great. They participated. We do Teacher of the Year celebrations, PBIS celebrations. At Open Campus, when students graduate early, we have a early graduation celebration, and you can see other ones that are listed here, but we try to celebrate our students and we try to include our parents in everything that we do at Epic. So we did get our students to give us some testimonials on why Alpha Open Campus and RVC works for them. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about the RVC testimonial, and you can read that. But what I want to tell you is I get asked a lot when people ask me, where are you assistant principal? And I tell them at Rockdale Virtual Campus, and they find out it's a full-time virtual program. And the first question I get asked is why? Why do students want to be virtual? Why do parents want their students to be virtual? And so it's various reasons. We survey our students every year, ask them what it is about virtual that works for them. What can we do better? Certainly we ask them that question. And we have students that attend RVC for many various reasons. Some of those have health concerns that keep them from participating in an in-person classroom. And instead of hospital homebound, they are able to do virtual. It's not that they can't do the work, it's just that they can't be in the classroom around other students because of their health concerns. We also have teen moms who virtual works for them. We had one teen mom who, after delivering her baby, was on her computer doing her work right there and right then. She was able to continue all through her maternity leave and was able to stay on top of her work during that time. We also have students, as you can see in the testimonial, who struggle with the distractions in a large setting. And some of those students do very well. Most of those do very well at Rockdale Virtual Campus, where they're able to have just them and maybe a learning coach. Sometimes they need a learning coach, and they're able to work at home quietly. They can come into one-on-one sessions with their teachers, or even when they come into their virtual classes, it's a very small setting, and that works for them. And so that flexibility definitely allows these students to continue their education. And as you saw on Dr. Powell's slide earlier, graduate with their cohort on time, 100% graduated on time. And so those are just some reasons that our students are virtual, and some just like it and they just choose to do that. But a lot have reasons that are underlying and make virtual work for them. I'll let Dr. Powell.
Thank you, Ms. Hooley. As mentioned earlier, for Alpha Academy, typically when parents call in for their scheduled orientation dates, the question is always, do I have to? And that's optional, of course. But once they come in and have a chance to see what we do at Alpha Academy, they realize that it might be one of the best kept secrets. We have kids, again, who have come to Alpha and have exceeded expectations, because we don't see it as a punishment. We see it as a chance to correct your behaviors and improve and go forward. So the aim while you're there is to make sure that when you leave the building, you are on track to when you go back to your home schools. And then if there are some kids who are there and they realize that, hey, this worked for me, the small environment, we have good staff, we do a lot, and most of the staff at Epic Center are veteran educators. So we have a variety of tools that we can use to stimulate development and also to get the kids plugged in and engaged. So they like that small environment, and they typically tend to do well. Because people always ask the question, so there are kids in a group 5. Everybody ends up at Alpha. Same environment, because we have literally one of each. If you're in 9th grade math, you're going to be in the same 9th grade math class. But yet still, it works. So it's because of that small, caring environment, and it's successful. Same for Open Campus as well. We have had 3 kids who finished, graduated in our first semester early. So they're a semester and a half early. We're going to have 10 seniors for this year who'll finish in December. So Epic is doing the work, and we're thankful for the support. We'll continue to do so. I know it's consistent growth and improvement throughout the year. Thank you all for your time. Any questions?
I don't have any questions. I just want to say to you and your staff, and that's everyone from the front office to the cafeteria to the custodians, thank you for doing everything that you do, because just like someone said, all children do not learn the same, and you all provide them a safe, protective, supportive learning environment, flexible as well. Thank you all for that.
Thank you. Thank you all.
I have a quick question for Ms. Hooley. Are your Rockdale virtual teachers also at the Epic Center, or are they dispersed
Yes.
amongst our, they
They're
are?
at the Epic Center. We do have teachers. If you saw on the RVC slide, we serve about 860 students part-time. Some of those teachers are inside the buildings because our 12 and a half teachers in our full-time program couldn't handle all 800. So we do have teachers that teach in the buildings full-time. And then outside of hours, they work on those part-time classes, teach those part-time classes for that 860 students. Yes.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So next we have Cindy Ball, the Chief Strategy Innovation Officer, and April Fallon, our Director of Community and Student Support. They are here to honor our staff and some of our students.
All right. Well, good evening, Chairwoman Brown, Vice Chairwoman Duncan, members of the board, Dr. Oates, cabinet, and guests. I'd like to introduce to you Melissa Cavens. She is our lead school psychologist. And tonight we are acknowledging National School Psychology Awareness Week, which was last week. This week celebrates the contributions of school psychologists and the important role they play in helping students achieve But before Melissa begins her brief overview of school psychology services, I would just like to extend my sincere gratitude for your support for school psychologists, especially the past few months when I've been up before you. I'm happy to report that we currently have 9 dedicated school psychologists, some of whom were previous Rockdale employees who came back to assist us this year.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for letting me speak to you tonight. I am one of those people who came back to Rockdale. A lot of that is because of April. She is the best supervisor I've ever had. If you've been here, hopefully you've been hearing good things about the new school psychologist. And if you have been hearing good things, it is all because of the support and the leadership we have here. If it weren't for April, we really would not be able to do what we're doing. So yeah, I'm really happy to be here. I only worked here for a semester in spring of 22, but it was such a great experience. And so I was really, really happy to come back this summer. So we have 9 people. That's great. We have a school psychologist serving every school we have. So every child in this county has access to school psychological services. Sometimes we're not there every day, but we are there. So what is the school psychologist? What do we do? It's like I'm sure April has been advocating a lot for us, and just for us to have a place here for there to be more of us to increase those services. And it's like, okay, well, what's the value? Why? If you kind of had to water us down into 5 major areas, you can see them there. We often get confused with like school social workers, school counselors. We have a lot in common with them. But the biggest thing we have in common is that we all share a passion for supporting mental and behavioral health. So that's a lot of what the school psychologists do is through assessment, intervention, and consultation. So you'll probably see us testing more than anything in the school. We do a lot of one-on-one assessment whenever a child's having difficulties with learning, behavior, and the question is, okay, well, what's going on? Why are things the way that they are? The school psychologist is there to kind of help be a problem solver and a little bit of a detective. So we go in with our assessments and we test students to really try to help the school team figure out, well, how can we better support them? What's going on? What are their strengths? And how can we support their weaknesses? And we do a lot of consulting and team meetings, and we do a lot of database decision-making with our program evaluation. So when you kind of see that program development and evaluation part, it's the RTI process. We consult a lot as part of the RTI team. We do a lot of psychological assessment and testing, and we really just want to support the learning and behavioral needs of all of our students. We're very fortunate to have a school psychologist in every building in Rockdale County. We serve the entire community, and we're really, really honored to be a part of Rockdale County Public Schools. I'll keep it short and sweet. We're just really happy to be here, and thank you so much for supporting school psychologists and for supporting us, because we really appreciate it.
Any questions?
Do we have any questions? Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, good evening, board members and Chairwoman Brown. If you would like to join me and whoever is coming with you, Vice Chair Duncan, Superintendent Oates, all of our guests, welcome. And I'm going to start with Joshua Buchanan. Joshua, are you here? Joshua's not here. Thank you. Then I'm not going to start with Joshua Buchanan. That's why I asked. It is a busy time of year, so we know that a lot of our students may not be with us here tonight, and that's okay because that means they're home studying, right? Okay, we are going to begin tonight with a group of artists, our young artists. The Herald of Herons is an exhibit at the Georgia International Horse Park. The Georgia International Horse Park's Big Haynes Creek Nature Center. It has an acronym just like everything else, BHCNC, if you can remember that, which features 10 colorful great blue heron statues and educational signage that is situated along the 1.7-mile Purple Trail. The 10 paintable fiberglass sculptures were brought to life through a student design contest. More than 140 entries were collected, and a panel of judges comprised of City of Conyers staff and council members, the Conyers Rockdale Council for the Arts, and the Rockdale County Master Gardeners deliberated on the top 10 winning designs. Those selections served as an inspiration for the final artwork of the statues that were painted by professional artists from the sketching pad in Old Town Conyers. Tonight, we congratulate our student artists whose heron designs were chosen for this exhibit. And I will direct your attention as we bring each student up. We're going to show you their artwork and then how it came to life through the professional painting of their heron. It's really, really magnificent. So our first artist, now students, when I call your name, if you'll come up and receive your certificate and stay up front, and we'll do a group photo at the end, okay? So our first artist is also our youngest artist from Flat Shoals Elementary, Tion Brown. Good job. If you want to go right there and get your certificate. Yes, if you see them on your runs, yes, you do. If you run the trails, you see them. So you can see on the screen how, these drawings were just brought to life, and you can see them. They're still there. So we invite everybody to go see them. Okay, our next winning artist is from General Ray Davis Middle School, Israel Bieria. Also from General Ray Davis Middle School, Morgan Clark. Also, General Ray Davis Middle School, Natalia Jett. Also, General Ray Davis Middle School, Destiny Donald. Again, from General Ray Davis Middle School, Alexandria Sands. Continuing with General Ray Davis Middle School, Cameron Jeffries. And our last from General Ray Davis Middle School, Jimena Torres. Our next artists are from Salem High School, Allison Hart. And Paula Gutierrez. That is our group. Parents, you are welcome to come up behind us and take photos, or we will put all of our photos on our social media and you can grab them there as well. But if you'd like to come up, come on. Over here. It's fine. It's fine. Very good. Congratulations. Okay. The National Merit Scholarship Program, conducted by National Merit Scholarship Corporation, is an annual academic competition for recognition and college undergraduate scholarships. The competition is open to all U.S. high school students who meet published participation requirements. Scholarship winners are chosen on the basis of their abilities, skills, and accomplishments. Currently, over 1.3 million students in about 21,000 high schools enter the National Merit Scholarship Program each year. Some 50,000 entrants qualify for program recognition, and approximately 7,580 of those outstanding students will receive scholarships for college undergraduate study. Students enter the National Merit Program by taking the PSAT/National Merit Scholarship Qualifying Test and meeting other program entry requirements. The announcement of semifinalists marks the midpoint of the 2025 competition. It will conclude in the spring of 2025 when the winners of the National Merit Scholarships are announced. Tonight, we congratulate 2 students who are National Merit semifinalists, and we wish them the best as they continue on in this competition. First, from the Rockdale Magnet School for Science and Technology, National Merit semifinalist Prakash Gupta. Also from the Rockdale Magnet School for Science and Technology, National Merit semifinalist Precious Babajide. Congratulations. Hold it. Oh, just a minute. Oh my.
On the Instagram.
Did you hear that? You're going on Instagram? Yeah. Congratulations and good luck. The big group. Or do you want the box? All right, this next group does have about 30 students. However, I don't believe all 30 are here, but we will zip through and make sure that we call everyone's name. These students are College Board National Recognition Program awardees. What that means is the College Board National Recognition Program Award is an opportunity to celebrate academic achievement and for students to gain attention from colleges that want to recruit high-achieving awardees who participate in student search service. Students can submit for a College Board National Award in either 10th or 11th grade. That's when they qualify. They must have a GPA equal to at least 3.3 or higher at the time they are submitting. They must have a permanent address in the U.S., although the U.S. citizenship is not required. They must identify as Black, African American, Latino, Hispanic, Indigenous, Native, first-generation college student, or attend a high school in a rural area or small town. So one of those categories. Also must be in the top 10% among the PSAT 10th grade and PSAT test takers in their state for their award program, or have received a 3 or greater score on at least 2 distinct AP exams in 8th or 9th grade if submitting in 10th grade, or by the end of 10th grade if submitting in 11th grade. That's a lot. High achievers here. Tonight, we celebrate a large group of students from the Rockdale Magnet School for Science and Technology who have earned this National Recognition Award. All right. First, Caitlin Alexander. Emmanuel Allen. Alyssa Anderson. Jonah Baker. Caleb Barnwell. Nikayla Brewington. Christopher Broadus Jr. Sammy Burkhalter. Keena Burris. Salvador Cervantes. Gabrielle Christie. Danny Donald. Aiden French. Joelle Gale. Alexa Gomez Ventura. Mila Gutsiak. Sydney Hammett. Kenya Howard. Olivia Howard Bashir. Mivi Wen. Anaya Jackson. Demaladi Ladipo. Joelle Lindo. Parazera Momin. Y'all are doing a great job lining up. Juan Moran. Maya Odell. Ryan Rakestraw. Amira Robinson. Kayla Smith. Trenton Smith. Penny Smith. Ayana Tran Williams. Cameron Tyler. Samaya Williams. Aaliyah Willis. Alicia Wright. And Muna Yassin. Fabulous. We'll just wait for Miss Duncan to get on this side and you get him up. Okay. Yeah, okay, wait, hold on. So if you're behind. Good. If you can see me. You're coming here. No. Back with us. Good job. Okay.
All right, start here. Everyone looking over here. 1, 2.
Good job, guys. Now, our next group, we're actually going to be recognizing our schools. And at this time, I would like to ask Furman Smith to join us up front so he can be in the picture because he is leading this effort for our district. And this is our No Place for Hate schools that we are going to recognize. No Place for Hate is an initiative created by the Anti-Defamation League, or ADL, that promotes an inclusive and respectful school environment by combating bullying, discrimination, and hate. The program encourages schools to take a stand against bias and foster understanding among students. It provides a structured framework for schools to implement activities and discussions that raise awareness about diversity, equity, and inclusion. Schools that successfully engage in the program receive a designation as a No Place for Hate school, which recognizes their commitment to creating a welcoming and supportive atmosphere for all students. We have 6 schools that we are going to recognize this evening, and I think they were going to bring their posters or their banners rather. So we're going to take a picture after each school. Okay. So our first school designated as a No Place for Hate school, we will bring up from Heritage High School, Stephen Miller. Come on up. Jamie Smith. And our principal, Dr. Joshua Pittman. We're going to take your picture. Heritage. If you guys will slide that way to center a little bit, perfect. Okay, congratulations. Our next school is Salem High School. We would like to bring up Colum Harris. Daryl Vaughn. And Dr. Jarvis Price, our principal. There you go. All right. We need to shift to the left a little bit. Are you okay?
Looking at one, three. You get it?
Congratulations. Our next school is Pine Street Elementary School. Morgan Nicholson, Chastity Roth, and our principal, Statina Haynes Williams. Fix the banner. Congratulations. And thank you for standing in AP Brian Travis from Pine Street Elementary. All right, our next school is Sims Elementary. We have Kelly Dozier, Sherelle Jefferson Graves, and our principal, Sean Johnson. Congratulations. Our next school is Flat Shoals Elementary. We have Keela Jones, Angela Bennett, Kiris Hostin, and Dr. Tiana Holmes, our principal. I hear the chatter behind me liking your t-shirts. Congratulations. And our final school to be recognized tonight as a No Place for Hate school, CJ Hicks Elementary. We have Janelle Brooks, Michelle Andrews, and our principal, Dr. Erica Wakefall. Congratulations.
Congratulations, everyone. At this time, we will take a short recess, board, maybe about 2 minutes, and I'll let you know when it's time to come back. It is now 7:57 p.m., and I would like to call the meeting back to order. Do we have any visitors? Yes, we do. This is the time when we allow citizens 3 minutes to address the board. Please feel free to submit any documents to the board. We do not normally address your concerns today, but we ask that administration to address your concerns and provide you with an appropriate response. If your topic involves a personnel matter, or if you contend that your legal rights have been violated, we have specific grievance procedures for these matters. Speakers should be professional, and we respectfully ask that you refrain from using obscene, profane, or vulgar language, and you should not make threats, engage in personal attacks, make slanderous remarks, or engage in behavior that disrupts the decorum of this meeting. By submitting a request to the comment card, you acknowledge and agree that you understand and will follow the guidelines for the meeting, decorum, and public participation. I would like to welcome George Kalichek. Please come forward. Welcome.
Good evening, Chair, Superintendent, board members, citizens of Rockdale County. It's regarding information regarding HB 581. The Georgia legislation passed into law HB 581 to cap residential homestead real estate because constituents across the great state of Georgia told them they were being taxed out of their homes. They took this recommendation and passed the law last year. Facts. Rockdale County Public School System has increased our taxes since 2018, 55.3% in the last 6 years, even with millage rate reductions. While the taxpayers in the city, the county, and the school systems have had their taxes increased 187%, while Social Security has only increased 23%. Your largest growing percentage of population in Rockdale County is 55 and over. 21 citizens on December the 2nd, will be going to the courthouse steps because of foreclosure. There will also be 5 citizens' homes that will be sold at the steps due to unpaid taxes. 1 in 10 Georgians right now, or over 1 million, are facing food insecurity every 24 hours. 11.4%, or 10,500 Rockdale citizens, are living below the poverty level. 80 million Americans are taking care of elders and children in their household. Based upon the Atlanta Regional Commission, the population of Rockdale County will only grow to 112,000 people by 2050. So when you break those numbers down, and I don't have time to discuss them right now, but I can individually, you will only have 283 students per year coming into this school district through 2050. In my 67 years, I have never seen a child under 18 years of age pay a tax bill. What you're looking at here, folks, is a legacy. Will you be one to keep 581 as law for sustainability, resiliency, and cost cutting, just like taxpayers do in this great state along with Rockdale County? Or are you going to elect to opt out and price the pillars of these communities, the taxpayers, out of their homes so their children and future generations will have no place to live and will not be able to carry out their dreams? Thank you very much.
Thank you. This time, I would like to turn it over to Dr. Oates for comments or cabinet updates, please.
Thank you very much, Madam Chairwoman, Vice Chairwoman Duncan. Welcome back and happy belated birthday as well from yesterday, and as well as our distinguished board, executive cabinet, and those who remain our citizens. I believe we'll have our Chief Financial Officer take the podium to give us our financial update.
Good evening, Madam Chair Brown, Vice Chair Duncan, board members, Superintendent Dr. Oates, and guests. Tonight, I'll bring the final financial reports for the month of October. The revenue for October was $11.1 million. Year-to-date was 41.6, representing 19.1% of the budget. Revenue this time last year was 12.7 million. Year-to-date was 40.9, and that represented 20.4% of the budget. Expenditures were $17.7 million this month and $71.1 million year-to-date, representing 32% of the budget. Expenditures last October were $18.4 million, and the year-to-date was 69.3. That represented 33.8% of the budget. Our encumbrances are $2,624,553. Our fund balance is a negative $950,607. Last year, this time, it was $7,841,975. Again, don't be alarmed. This does not mean that we cannot make our payroll. We did take out a TAN for, it was a total of $6 million. And we plan to pay that back this month because we will be getting our tax revenue in. Just as a reminder, our tax revenue comes in cyclically. We'll get the most of that revenue in the November through January timeframe. But in lean months like July through September, October, we don't get that revenue, so it makes it harder for us to pay our bills and stuff that time. But the money comes back in and we'll start to look better. Our assets were $5,049,393. Liabilities was $6 million. That represents that TAN. And again, the fund balance was a negative $950,607. That completes the report. Do you have any questions? Any questions, board? Thank you. I'm going to ask the board to please review the reports the cabinet has uploaded under the section information. The board has reviewed the minutes for all board meetings held in October. Do I hear a motion to approve the minutes for all the board meetings in October? Thank you. A motion to approve the October board minutes was made by Ms. Duncan and second by Ms. Jones. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Thank you.
Madam Chairwoman, I don't have a protracted update. I just wanted, listening to Mr. Kelichek reminded me to say on the record for our viewing and listening audience, as well as those who are here, that we've had two public presentations on House Bill 581. The first was by our tax assessor at our board institute a few weeks ago, right here in this very boardroom. That was a public meeting that was published and made public, as is the process. And then we had one on Tuesday at a board workshop that was a public meeting by Tim Cochran, who is the executive director for Pioneer RESA, former superintendent in Atkinson County and Decatur counties. And so we're going to continue. We're going to have in December, actually, presentation as well. We're going to continue that education process. Our priority is to make sure that we do our due diligence to inform the public, certainly our board, and also our staff and the community about every aspect of 581. Ultimately, the decision will be that of the board if they wish to take any action, but our focus is on educating our public and our community about the provisions of 581, because for the board, the essential question is, what will be the impact on local revenue? And so I just want to share that, but that's all I have, Madam Chairman. I don't have any updates beyond that.
Thank you, Dr. Oates. There is an action item under new business. Do I hear a motion to approve the contract between Rockdale County Schools and New Birth Missionary Baptist Church for the venue for Rockdale County Public Schools 2025 graduation, scheduled for Wednesday, May the 21st, 2025.
Second.
A motion has been made by Ms. Duncan and second by Ms. Palmer. Is there any discussion? All in favor? 5. All opposed? 5-2. Okay, you got it. Motion is approved, 5-2. Thank you. Last week, the board voted to place numerous action items on a consent agenda. Do I hear a motion to approve the action items under the consent agenda?
Second, Akita Palmer.
Thank you. A motion to approve the action items under the consent agenda was made by Ms. North and second by Ms. Palmer. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Thank you. With no further business to discuss, do I hear a motion to conclude the meeting? A motion has been made by Ms. Jones and second by Ms. Duncan. Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Meeting is adjourned, 8:08.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman.